Brittany and I have been visiting a little bit. Woo, woo, buddy. Woo, easy. Easy, buddy. Woo, woo, easy. So now I'm just gonna stand here and embrace him a little bit, but I'm not gonna put the halter on, okay? Because we want it to where every time we catch him, we don't have to do this. This takes up a lot of time, and we got things to do today, okay? So the most ideal situation is when you walk in the pen with your horse, he should approach you and come to you. And if he doesn't, that just tells us he doesn't want to be with you, okay? That's just long and short. So this whole rigmarole here he does, that's how he's made a living where he came from. He got out of doing a whole lot of work maybe by doing that. It's interesting how some horses, each horse has got his own little trick. You know, some horses buck, some horses rear, some horses pull the ground when you tie them, and some horses do like this. But it seems like there's not a horse alive that doesn't have a little trick they want to pull every now and then. Okay. So now I'll just walk away, stand over here, come back in a few minutes. So now he's a little less resistive and he's not pulling his head away so bad. I can put my arm around him. He's still a little sensitive about it, but he's not running away and he's not acting like he's going to get killed or captured or anything like that. Okay. Let him know that it's actually a lot less work to stand there and let me rub on him a little bit than do this. So if he'd rather do this a little bit, then we'll do it. Then we'll let him rest again. And then every time he rests, I'll just go up there and show him a little companionship, okay? So now he's getting a little bit ornery or resistive. He doesn't want to go forward. He wants to rest. He's asking me to rest. See there how he's slowing down? He's asking me to rest. I want to rest. I want to rest. And I'm like, no, we're going to keep going. And we're going to rest when I tell you you can rest. And then when we rest is when I'm going to walk up and I'm going to, see, he wants to stop right there. He kind of liked that spot. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay, so now I'm going to let him stop when I want to stop. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Oh yeah, see, we just about got to where we want to be. When he kicks up like that, it's right before he's getting ready to surrender. So we got to get him to that spot where he's trying to push me away by kicking, and I'm just going to put the pressure on when he does that. Okay. And then when he does what I ask, I'm going to rest. Okay, how about that, Pinocchio? So we've been going around about 5 minutes or so, and he's letting me walk up to him now. But see how he's looking away from me still. So we got to break that barrier. But I'm only letting him rest when I'm with him, okay? So he wants to rest. He's begging me to rest. But if I stood over there and let him rest without my participation, we wouldn't be learning anything, would we, Pinocchio? So as long as he's letting me touch him and be around him, I'm going to let him rest, see? I'm earning his trust. And sometimes horse training is just standing here. You know, you don't have to get on his back to train him. You don't have to get him tired. He's puffing a little air, but you know, he's okay. He's not exhausted. But he'd much rather stand here than go in that circle, I can tell you that. And that's kind of the environment I wanted to create is that right now, Pinocchio, you have two choices. One is we're going to trot circles in this round pen, or we're going to stand here and we're going to scratch and rub and be buddies. And you're like, well, I think I'd rather stand here and scratch and rub and be buddies. So I'm going to rub him right here on his neck, shoulder. So what I've been doing the last few minutes is I just kind of walk away. Then I walk back. So he picks his head up. You're not sure what I'm going to do yet. And I walk away, and then I come back. It's been very exciting, folks, like watching paint dry, but you know what? There's a lot of folks in this world that need to learn how to do this, and that's why we're taking this time this morning to do this video for you all. That a lot of problems that people have with horses are simply is that they just have an inability to communicate with an animal. Whether it be riding, whether it be catching him, whether it be whatever you're doing with him, it's almost like you have to be able to communicate with him. You know, he's not a piece of equipment, and he's got emotions, and he's got feelings, and he's got a brain in his head. And he thinks just like everything else, so we got to occupy his mind and get him to where he trusts us. This is how you do it, right like this. So what I'm doing now is kind of picking up things a little bit to where I want him to drop that head and not pull away from me. But what he's telling me, he's just used to somebody grabbing him, catching him. And I'm like, no, we're not doing that. I'll be your friend. Okay? I'll be your friend. This horse isn't worth nothing to anybody until you catch him. So, you know, part of what we do here is things like this. We got to make this horse usable. We have to make him safe. We have to make him reliable. But it all starts right here. I have to get him to find relaxation, but he won't relax until he's trusting. So trust comes before relaxation. Okay? And that's what we're working on right now. It's just trust. And then here in a little bit, we'll work on relaxation. But it comes in that order, okay? It all comes in that order. So now I'm going to add the rope to this whole situation. Probably going to change things just a little maybe. He kind of pulled his head away like he's ready to pull his little runaway routine. So I'm just going to, whoa, easy. Whoa, easy boy. So I'm just going to take the rope and go around him with the rope, and I'm going to scratch him with the rope. I'm not going to catch him with it. But as you can see, you know, somebody has just kind of thrown a rope around him and just kind of, they didn't catch him, they captured him, okay? He knows that routine real good. He knows that routine. So I would say that this challenge this horse is having is completely and totally environmental, okay? It came from his environment. It's not that the people were bad, they just didn't know better. But that's why Brittany and I are taking this video today, is that we want to try to prevent that in the world. And we can't get it fixed by complaining about it, so we're going to try to do something about it. And we're going to take the time to do this video, and hopefully it'll help somebody and help another horse somewhere else to where this doesn't have to happen, okay? Okay, easy boy. So see how he's pulling away from me? Because he knows what I'm going to do. He knows what I'm going to do. Whoa. So I could get tough with him and put my arms around him and hang on to him, but I'm not doing that, see? Come on. Come on. So now we're going to make him, we're going to let him trot a little more, okay? But we're getting there. So we're going to do this for a few minutes and we'll come back.